Hello everyone, it's Lel, and today we're going to talk about episode 7 from Tokyo MEW MEW Season 2, or episode 19 from Tokyo MEW MEW New. This was a heavily centered Ichigo and Aoyama episode, but I feel like this is the most interesting this relationship got in front of our eyes. I really enjoyed this episode, and here is coming from someone who doesn't really enjoy Ichigo and Aoyama's relationship that much. It feels a little bland to me, but it felt a little bland to me. But after today, I really feel like there is a lot of life, there's a lot of soul to this relationship, and most of it is because of Aoyama. We finally see Aoyama as like a real character with real feelings, and it's so nice. And it's kind of refreshing for Tokyo MEW MEW in general. I really enjoy it. So I feel like one of the things that I really liked about this was like right at the start of the episode, we see Ichigo daydreaming about her relationship with Aoyama. And we see that for her, it's not working perfectly fine because she is holding back, because she is hiding something from him. The fact that she is Mew Ichigo. So she's hiding something from him. She feels like she's not totally honest enough. It's a nice plot point, I feel like. You know, when we're in a relationship, it's obvious that we don't share everything. But for a teenager like her, this can come up and create troubles in her mind. And like, I love her bedroom. Her bedroom is so cute. I love the Ichigo plushie, the strawberry plushie that she has. Very cute. This shot really reminded me of the original Tokyo MEW MEW, the original anime. And we see her, you know, talking about being left behind by Aoyama in different ways when she is in Cafe MEW MEW with the other girls. Really like it. As I said, it's believable. It's something that people go through when they are in their relationship, especially when you're very young. I feel like not everyone, but, you know, lots of people, especially people who are very insecure, no matter the reason. So I can really understand that. And another thing that I really liked about this is like a mention to when Ichigo lost her phone in the first season when they were battling. It was the last battle of the first season. It was the most important battle. The monsters at the Chimera Anima ate her cell phone, and that was mentioned in this episode. And here's another thing that I really like about this. The fact that those girls are a solid group of friends. And I feel like season 2 is always hitting on this idea. It's making it very clear to us. Those 5 are a solid group of friends. They support each other. They're always together. They're always looking out for each other. We've seen it happen with all of the girls. We've seen it happen with each and every one of them. And now we're seeing it with Ichigo. Love how they prepared this lovely cell phone case for her. I would love to have something like this. I mean, this is so cute. And it was all handmade. It showed how they, you know, made it for her as well. Very lovely. And again, I love the repetition of how strong their relationship and their friendship is. Their feelings for each other is. Really liking this. It's really amazing. And then we get to another scene that I found very interesting, which is from the villains. We have at least something from each of them. I feel like this is a very nice way of working with every character. Even in a short episode like this one, like not short, it's the same amount of time as the other episodes. But it is a very rushed episode for other plot points that are not Ichigo and Aoyama. So we have one moment with the girls at the start that remembers the girls and also showcases their friendship, and also this moment from the villains, which is very nice as well, because we have Tart eating the candy that Pudding gave him, remembering something about her, very cute. And then we have Pai mentioning the efforts that humans do to depollute the world and cleanse the world from pollution, and talking about how worthless this is because we wouldn't be able to save Earth. And in this scene, we are shown Mint, who is a character that is actively working on this. Love it. And we also have Kishu thinking about the Blue Knight. So obviously, it's a way of remembering us, the audience, what each and every villain is thinking about, what their plot points are. Very short scene, but very effective, very good. And then we get to the real meat of the episode, which is the date between Ichigo and Aoyama. Love this scene so much. They start talking about simple things, trivial things, daily lives, their routines, things that they're going through right now. And then things start getting a little bit deeper between them. Ichigo starts talking about her friends and what her friends want to do in the future. And then Aoyama starts talking about his future as well. And then he starts mentioning that he admires an ecologist and he wants to be one as well. And Ichigo then starts sharing things about her because she finds this idea very interesting. And then she starts sharing things about herself as well, saying that she is also worried about the animals. She's also worried about the environment. And one of the things I like about this scene is that it didn't feel like she was saying this because of Aoyama or because she wanted to impress him like she's been doing at the start of the season. She seemed genuinely concerned about the animals and about the environment. And that makes a lot of sense because of everything she's gone through since she started being Mew Ichigo. So again, another hit for this episode. Very, very nice. And then we see some strange things being thrown in the mix. Ichigo asking about Aoyama's parents and Aoyama simply deflecting from the question. He couldn't even engage with the conversation. At the same time, we see Aoyama saying that he wishes he would marry Ichigo and be a couple with her, just like Ichigo's mom and dad. Like, this is a very bold thing to say for a couple like them that they just started dating, but still showcases a little bit more of Aoyama's feelings. We know that Aoyama is very protective of Ichigo, and he's shown that lots of times throughout the show. But with words, I feel like it's like the strongest we've seen him sharing. Because prior to this, we see those in action, and we see that he is a little bit inept by sharing his feelings with dialogues, which is okay. But now he's able to engage in deeper conversations with Ichigo, which is very nice. But they're obviously attacked by Kishu, who was super, super good in this episode. I really like him as a villain. He is such a great villain. He kept on teasing Ichigo and, again, reinforcing the idea of he is the best partner for her. He is the best one for her. It's not Aoyama. But Aoyama starts defending Ichigo from the Chimera anima that is created. And even though I feel like the animation in this scene didn't do it much favors, because like this Chimera anima felt so big and so strong, it could easily rip off a small human like Aoyama, a teenager like him, or Ichigo, like with no magical powers. Even though we know that our magical powers involved, but still, like it just felt very weird. Like the montage felt very weird to me. But here is the moment that Ichigo was able to engage with everything as well. Aoyama was sharing things, but Ichigo was holding back a little bit because she felt like she was hiding things from Aoyama. And now it was her time to share. And she transformed into Mew Ichigo in front of him. This had already happened before, but he was like, well, she's not really Ichigo. And now she did it in a way that he cannot accept. He cannot not accept the fact that she is Mew Ichigo. And, she jumped in and, again, the cuts and the scenes felt a little weird to me because it felt like she was fighting against the Chimera anima, but then she was actually attacking Kishu, and it just felt very weird. But it was nice that Ichigo was able to own up to her being Mew Ichigo, and that was also part of who she is. That is also part of her personality and, who she is as a person. And he has to know that because he is her loved one. And she was not able to win this battle by herself. Blue Knight arrives And we have a very nice moment between Blue Knight against Kishu, and we even have a little attack from Blue Knight, which was super nice with a little animation that was different than an usual battle. Very cool, and he was able to simply wreck Kishu. And Kishu is able to create lots of illusions. And I didn't understand if he actually captured Ichigo at that one point, or if that was an illusion as well, because then Ichigo was on the ground. I was a little confused by that scene, and Kishu was basically defeated. When Blue Knight was going to kill Kishu, Kishu saw something on Blue Knight. If you know, you know. And Kishu was like, oh, okay, now I know. And he accepted his fate, especially because of this specific thing. And then MEW Ichigo was the one who saved or spared Kishu's life. That was enough for the Blue Knight's actions. Ichigo obviously didn't want him to tarnish his hands or hurt another person fatally like that. So she stopped him. Kishu went back. Actually, the other villains went to rescue him because he was destroyed. And Ichigo was able to have her last moment with Aoyama and confronting the fact that she is now MEW Ichigo, and now he knows about it. And I love that he didn't say anything. He kissed her. First and foremost, he kissed her. Very sweet scene. Very sweet. And then we have Aoyama sharing the fact that he already knew she was MEW Ichigo. And he didn't want to believe it at first. But eventually he accepted that she was MEW Ichigo. There was no other way she wasn't. And he started understanding her side on situations. And another thing I love, if you were not ready, and he told her something like that, if she wasn't ready to share this with him, he would respect her moment and wait until she was ready to share it with him. I love that. It's really something that people should strive in a relationship, a respectful environment, especially with those things that sometimes you're not ready to share with someone. And then there will be a certain moment that you will open up and you will feel safe enough to share something very lovely. And Ichigo shares everything. She shares everything that she does and everything that happens to her body, except for the fact that she turns into a cat. I don't think she shared that specific moment, but still, she shared all the other things, and he completely accepted it. It was very sweet, and it was great because we don't only see Ichigo's side of things. We see Aoyama's side of things as well. Aoyama is always showing how he feels and why he thought Ichigo was MEW Ichigo. How he connected the dots. That is so cool, and that adds so much personality to a character that was super bland. In all the iterations of Tokyo MEW MEW, I always found Aoyama a little bland. I don't think he is particularly a horrible character, worst character ever, but he was a bland character, and I feel like this episode gave him so much agency and personality. I really like it. Really, it's a very interesting way of dealing with this character. Really enjoyed Aoyama in this episode, really enjoyed this talk, and I really like this couple now because it feels like their feelings are believable. I can understand where both of them come from, and I love how respectful everything is. How Ichigo is confused by a lot of things in her life, and Aoyama respects that. And Aoyama also had his reservations, and Ichigo also understands it. Ichigo also embraced Aoyama's weirdness so many times in the show. And there's obviously lots of things yet to happen to Aoyama as a character. And I wonder how Tokyo MEW MEW is going to deal with that. Because things can be very surprising in this new version. And I feel like this episode was one of them. Very nice. I am not someone who enjoys romance that much. I don't watch romance shows that much. And even in like magical girl shows that have a lot of romance, this was never really the thing I liked the most. But I really believe that this was super well done. I really think that this was something that was good enough for it to be considered a good romance, a good couple in this show. And it will just add to the drama, baby. It will just add to the drama. We know that. If you know, you know. But again, if a couple is good, if the relationship has been built in a good way, as it was in this episode, it's even better. The punchline in the future is even better. Anyways, the episode finished with Kishu recovering and, him understanding that their lord is coming back soon. Baby, I'm so curious. And it seems next episode is between Kishu and the Blue Knight. I am very curious to see what is going to happen. Anyways, babies, this is my view on this episode of Tokyo MEW MEW. How did you feel about it? Did you like it as much as I did? I was surprised that I liked this. I was not expecting to like an Ichigo and Aoyama episode this much, but it was a very interesting one. Anyways, taking this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinema channel. If you are a member, thank you very much for your support. And if you've watched up channel, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time. Bye bye.